Hi students, now we are going to discuss the hysteresis. So in continuation of last topic, so hysteresis is a phenomenon in which the two quantities are related in a manner that depends on whether one is increase or decrease with respect to other one. So this phenomenon is known as hysteresis. This hysteresis can be explained with the help of BH loop or BH curve. So in this loop, we are going to observe the H is magnetic field along the x-axis, B is magnetization along the y-axis. A relation is established between applied magnetic field H and magnetization B that is called BH loop. BH loop actually explain that or define that. So the lagging of magnetization, that is capital B, behind magnetic field is called BH loop or BH curve. So it is positive B value and positive H value. This magnetization is lagging behind H, that means in negative field, that is known as BH loop or BH curve. So for that, let us take a ferromagnetic material is placed in the magnetic field H. So if the magnetic field gradually increases, with increasing field the magnetization is also increases along OA direction, and this magnetization is maximum at a certain magnetic field, and this maximum magnetization point or maximum magnetization is called saturation magnetization. So beyond this magnetic field, with increasing field, the magnetization does not increases, remains its constant, so that the applied magnetic field decreases to 0 or gradually decreases to 0. Thus the magnetization does not retrace to 0 in the same way, but it follows from A to B direction. So with a decreasing magnetic field, the magnetization is also decreases in another direction from A to B. When the magnetization reaches to B point, at the same time the magnetic field becomes 0. That is called residual magnetization or retentivity. Means if even if the magnetic field becomes 0, some magnetization is remaining in the ferromagnetic material, that is residual magnetization or retentivity. Again the magnetic field decreases in negative value. With increasing negative magnetic field, the magnetization is also decreases and it becomes 0 at point C. This is called coercivity. That means in the negative magnetic applied magnetic field, the magnetization becomes 0, that is called coercivity. The required field is called coercive field. Again the magnetic field decreases to very low negative value. With increasing negative magnetic field, the magnetization is also decreases, and this decrease is maximum at point D in the negative side. So this is saturation magnetization in negative axis. Again the magnetic field increases from negative to 0, 0 to positive, and the remaining half loop is closed like this. First the magnetic field increases from minimum to maximum, again it decreases maximum to 0, 0 to negative, in negative sign it is maximum. For that a half loop is formed, remaining half loop is closed by increasing the magnetic field from negative to 0, 0 to positive. Remaining loop is closed like that. This is O, A, B, C, D, E, F loop. This is called BH loop or BH curve. So what I told that the lagging of magnetization behind the magnetic field is called magnetization. So this is the BH loop or BH curve. What is the advantage of this BH loop or BH curve means how much of energy is wasted in one complete operation or cycle can be calculated by using BH curve. So this method is useful to calculate the hysteresis loss of a given ferromagnetic material, which can be used in the laboratories. So this is BH loop. The flux density does not changes linearly with H. Lagging of B value behind H is called hysteresis. The magnetic flux density B increases non-nearly and reaches to saturation point A. The magnetic flux density remaining in the specimen in the absence of external magnetic intensity is called remanence magnetism or residual magnetism. Now, coercivity HC measures of the magnetic intensity are required to destroy the residual magnetization of the specimen. And next, depending upon the formation of the hysteresis curve, the magnetic materials are classified into two types, that is soft magnetic materials and hard magnetic materials. So soft magnetic materials means the magnetic materials have less loss of hysteresis are called soft magnetic materials. That means, see this loop. So the occupied area of the loop is small. Such type of magnetic materials are called soft magnetic materials. The magnetic materials which have the less loss of hysteresis is called soft magnetic materials. So the examples of the soft magnetic material is iron, nickel, aluminum alloys, alnico, cuneiform and cuneiform. So for the soft magnetic materials, the magnetic materials are heated to required temperature and cooled slowly them to prepare the soft magnetic materials. So they are easily magnetized and demagnetized. Their hysteresis loss is steep like a small occupied curve. The area of hysteresis loop is small and the hysteresis loss is small. They have high magnetic susceptibility and permeability. They exhibit low retentivity and coercivity. They exhibit high resistivity. They require low magnetic field to magnetize. So the example I already told that iron silicon alloys, nickel iron alloys, iron cobalt alloys. So these magnetic materials can be used in the magnetic core materials. They are used to prepare the magnetic core materials. These magnetic core materials are used in the transformers, motors, electrical motors, relays, sensors, and these are used in the microwave isolators. And other one is hard magnetic materials. The magnetic materials which have the large loss of or high loss of hysteresis is called hard magnetic materials. So the examples of the hard magnetic materials are iron, nickel and ferrites, iron nickel alloy and ferrites. So the magnetic materials are heated to required temperature and suddenly cooled by dipping into cooled solution to prepare the hard magnetic materials. So they are hard to magnetize and demagnetize. The magnetization and demagnetization of these materials is difficult. Their hysteresis loop is abroad. The area of hysteresis loop is large and hysteresis loss is large. They have low magnetic susceptibility and permeability. They exhibit high retentivity and coercivity. they exhibit low resistivity and they require the high magnetic field to magnetize. So, cobalt steel alloys, tungsten steel alloys, chromium steel alloys, these are the examples of the hard magnetic materials. So, these hard magnetic materials are mainly used to prepare the permanent magnets, which are used in the microphones, sensors, automobile motors, and they are also used in the loudspeakers and magnetic sensing devices. So, this is the hysteresis and classification of the magnetic materials depending on the hysteresis loop.